Hi, I hope you've had a good week and that you've been looking after yourself. Well, in today's vlog, I explain why my favourite book is affecting our travel plans. Zephyr has a love lock encounter. And what is it about these amazing views that has prompted a new hobby? Right, today, going in the machine while we're cruising is an apple and walnut bread. I haven't got a dehydrator yet, John, so my apples are a little bit wet, but it doesn't use yeast for this recipe, so I'm hoping that I can make a vegan, gluten-free apple and walnut bread that looks like and tastes like bread. So that's it. So number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to take 1 hour and 58 minutes. Here we go. So this is Kilby Bridge service point. I think all these working boats might be here ready to go up further to where the stoppages are. As well as the working boats, there's this gorgeous traditional working canal side crane, which was used to support the development of the canal and road junction at Kilby Bridge, and also the movement of goods. Isn't it stunning? This part of the canal we're on at the moment, approaching Kilby Bridge, wasn't open until 1794, and the wharfinger at the time here was William Bellamy, and he was paid 50 pence a week for his work. Now here, from this point, we are entering a site of special scientific interest, and that's because in the water there are 9 rare species of pondweed. There's a yellow water lily and Nuttallsweed, I think it's called. And when we get to Fletney Tunnel, we won't be doing that today, but when we do, there is a colony of Dorbenton bats living there. So I'm really excited about travelling this stretch. A lot of the bridges, this is Edison's bridge, are named after the farmers who owned the land at the time the canal was built. And because the water cut their land, they had a bridge named after them. So I'm just presuming perhaps this was named after Farmer Ellis. Hiya, hi. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's just perfect, really. So what are our cruising plans for the autumn and winter? Well, actually it has something to do with the country diary of an Edwardian lady. But this is the plan. So we are going to be needing this guidebook because we are going to be travelling towards, through and all around the area of Birmingham. I am also really looking forward to finding out more about Edith Oldham, the author of this amazing book that inspires me. She spent most of her life in and around Birmingham. That's autumn and winter sorted. So I'm going to operate this lock mainly for the reason that it's called Bumblebee Lock. So I can't not get off the boat and have a proper look at Bumblebee Lock, can I? So just about to leave Bumblebee Lock. A little bit disappointed with the absence of bumblebees. So just leaving Bumblebee Lock, and literally there's another lock just around the corner. The Leicester line is 41.2 miles in length and there are 41 locks, so it just goes to show how many locks you're going to come across on this stretch of water. Right, so I'm in the lock and Mr. M has got the rope on the outside because the bread's about to go. Go! Okay, turn that off. Oh. Yes, we have some movement. Oh! I didn't think it was possible to have a holier bread than the holy cheese bread. But yeah, this is a bagel. It's a big bagel, that's what it is. So you've got the layers of apple and walnut. I mean, it looks decent. Look, now. With the addition of the olives and the cheese, it really draws the attention away from the bread. So what's the verdict? So we were just having a little break from all the cruising and the locks, and Mr. M has just said that actually he would pay for this bread. So I'm going to charge him. When we arrived at bottom half-mile lock, a horse with a love heart on its forehead came making its way closer to have a look at Zephyr, and I think it fell in love with Zephyr. But unfortunately, the love just wasn't reciprocated. And as we left the loch behind, the horse with the love heart on its forehead followed us for a while. The last loch of the day had a very important message on it. It says, "Please don't let swans through. A rival family ahead, or a rival family ahead will fight." Goodness, it's like West Side Story, but with swans. There's no swans on that side, just ducks. Look out when we go through for some swans. Right, you swans, you listen to me. There's to be none of this fighting malarkey. Life's too short for fighting. Finally, we moored our boat in what's got to be one of the most beautiful spots to call home for a week. This is such a beautiful place to stay. It's just an absolute joy to be here, but there's also lots of stories, so I'm going to take you around this area and tell you the stories and show you a bit of what is here, and also do a bit of leaf peeping. Yeah, leaf peeping, it's a thing. You'll know that if you live in America. It started in North America, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to do some leaf peeping. It's the perfect time to do it. I think it's a good idea. Is that a yes? In the graveyard of St Luke's Church in Newton Harcourt, it tells the story of the Gardner family who came to this village after World War I, and that was because the father, a stonemason, was recovering from the injuries he'd sustained in the war. They had many children and they were lucky enough to be given the opportunity to leave London and come here, but unfortunately their 8-year-old son Chrissy died of diphtheria. And father remembered his son always saying, "One day, Daddy, I'll own my own big church." Just over the road from the church is Wistow's Rural Centre, which has a range of shops and a garden centre, but also it has a model village which was built to raise money for Rainbow's Children's Hospice. So realistic, it even has a narrowboat in a shallow pound. I mean, you can't get more realistic than that. "I'm tired," said the tree to the squirrel, that skipped through its branches and flicked up its tail. Then one of its leaves yawned yellow and took to the wind on a whirling sail. "I'm sleepy," said the tree to the pheasant, that strutted beneath in a puffed-up display. Then one of its leaves sighed scarlet, flickered off free and slipped away. "I'm drowsy," said the tree to the noonfly, that lay on its lichen in the day's full sun. Then one of its leaves rolled russet, right from its branch in spins it spun. But the tree of crows was silent, whilst they rattled and cawed and battled to keep their tree so leafless and quiet, in its bare branchy blanket completely asleep.